Hello everybody. First of all, I apologize for not posting any video for over a month. I was busy with the classes. That's why I couldn't record any video. Nevertheless, now I promise I will take out time and prepare more videos. Now, today I will be discussing on section 34 IPC, that is common intention. Common intention and common object are very important topics for the judicial services examination. They come in the pre and as well as in the mains. Okay, both the topics, they come in pre and in mains also. And in mains especially you will see the question on difference between common intention and common object. This question is very common. Okay, so first things first, section 34 of IPC. Section 34 of IPC talks about common intention. It says acts done by several persons in furtherance of common intention. When an offense is committed in furtherance of a common intention of several persons, each of that person will be liable as if that offense has been committed by him. Okay, now what does this mean? This means that, say, if there are 2 or 3 people, say for example 3 people, if they decide to kill a person, okay, and if after deciding they go and one of them shoots that person, 2 are only there guarding that nobody else comes and disturbs them. So in this situation, because there was a common intention of all the 3 will be liable as if each of them have committed the murder alone. Okay, now what are the essential requirements of section 34? Section 34 requires, number 1, that there should be several persons. Several means there is no limit, but at least 2 persons will be there. You need 2 people to form a common intention, isn't it? One person alone cannot have a common intention. The intention should be common with some other person or persons. Then prior meeting of minds is essential. Prior meeting of minds or pre-arranged plan. This pre-arranged plan, prior meeting of minds should be before the offense is committed. It is not necessary that it should be immediately before or one day before or 2 hours before. It could be any time before the offense is committed. And number 3, that there must be some participation of any sort of any of the all the persons which are accused of committing an offense in furtherance of common intention. Okay, now these several persons is clear. There's no iota of doubt that how many people are required. Certain complexities arise when we talk about participation and pre-arranged plan. Okay, because pre-arranged plan, that is common intention, is very similar to same intention or similar intention, but there's a difference between having similar intention and having common intention. Okay, in that we have a very important case law, that is Mehboob Shah versus Emperor. Now, what happened in Mehboob Shah versus Emperor? This is 1945 case. See, there was a land, allegedly that land belonged to A. Now, C and D went to that land of A and started cutting the reeds. Okay, the A's cousin saw C and D cutting the reeds. A's cousin objected to it. Said, this is my cousin's land, not your land. The reeds, whatever you have cut, you give it to me. They did not. A scuffle ensued between the two, and C tried to hit A's cousin. A's cousin shouted. his voice was heard by A and B. Now A and B came running to rescue A's cousin, but they had the guns in their hand. Okay, when they came, C and D saw that A and B have arrived with guns. C and D started running, and A and B both fired. A shot C, C was killed. B shot D and D was injured. Now, taking help of section 34, they were charged with murder. They were charged with section 3 under 302, read with section 34 of IPC. Now, trial court convicted both of them for murder. High court convicted both of them with murder. High court agreed with the trial court's view. The matter came up to Privy Council. Privy Council held that A and B had similar intention or same intention. There was no common intention. The reasoning of Privy Council was that there is nothing to show that there was a pre-arranged plan between A and B to murder C. C was murdered, remember. C was killed. Okay, the fire was shot by A, not B, but both were charged with murder of C because of common intention under section 34. Okay, now Privy Council held that there was similar intention. There was not common intention because A and B did not have pre-arranged planned. Okay, they both came running. They heard the voice of A's cousin. They both came running with the object to help A. They had not decided among themselves that we will kill C. So, in the absence of a pre-arranged plan, only A was held guilty for the murder of C and not B. Okay. So, we see that similar intention and common intention are different. For common intention to be there has to be pre-arranged plan. Prior meeting of minds must be there. Now coming to the second aspect, that is participation. Participation is also very important under section 34. See, there's a very important case, Barendra Kumar Ghosh versus King Emperor. This is 1925's case. Now, what happened in this case was that there was a post office. The postmaster, in the back of the room, there was a room at the back side of the post office, and in that room the postmaster was counting money. Several persons came, all had pistols in their hand, pistols and guns in their hand, and what they did was they started firing, and the postmaster died almost immediately. They all ran. When they fired, some other people working in the post office heard the gunshots and they came running. And when these several people realized that people are coming, without collecting the money, they ran. Everybody ran, but one Barendra Kumar Ghosh was caught by those people. They could not catch the other people. Okay, so when Barendra Kumar Ghosh was tried, he was tried for the murder of the postmaster under 302 coupled with 34. Means it was claimed that he had common intention with all those other unidentified people and he killed the postmaster. The defense taken by Barendra Kumar Ghosh was, the appellant in this case was, that he was only standing guard at the door of that room. He did not fire. He did not kill. Neither was his intention. He said, I was only standing there as a guard. So the court held that there has to be some participation. It is not necessary the act should be done by everybody. Mere participation is sufficient enough for the accused to be guilty for the offense. So he was standing there as guard. That means he had participated in the offense. Therefore, he was held guilty of murder of the postmaster. Now, coming to the common object part, that is uh, the liability for common object under common object, that is usually asked in the examination, that is section 149. Okay, 149 says that every member of the unlawful assembly will be guilty of the offense committed in prosecution of the common object of that unlawful assembly. First of all, in Jiffy, I'll just tell you what is common object, and prior to that I'll just tell you what is unlawful assembly. Okay, any assembly of 5 or more persons who has come together to do any act which is mentioned under section 141 is unlawful assembly. Being a member of unlawful assembly is per se an offense, okay, which is punishable under 143. Now coming to 149. See, 149 is also constructive liability. That's liability of the member of the unlawful assembly for the offense which was committed in prosecution of the common object. Okay, now here it doesn't mean that every member of the unlawful assembly has committed offense. Even one person can do it. Okay, so when that offense is committed and you are the member of that unlawful assembly, you will be liable for the offense committed as if you had yourself done that offense. See, 34 and 149 both are vicarious liabilities. Both deal with the liability of accused for the offense which he has not committed, but under 34 he has either participated in it, and under 149 he was member of that group where the offense was committed. There is a difference, there's similarity also between the two. Because of vicarious liability, there is difference also between the two. See, the difference is that section 34 talks about joint liability, there's participation. Section 149 talks about constructive liability, there is no participation. Okay, participation in under 149 for common object is not required. You just need to be the member of the unlawful assembly. Okay, then section 34 is a rule of evidence. It does not create an offense per se, but whereas being a member of an unlawful assembly is an offense per se. Okay, then I already told you that under 34 common intention, participation of some members of the members is required, whereas in common object in unlawful assembly, participation is not required, just being the member is enough. Being the member at the time when the offense was committed. Then under 34, meeting of minds is very necessary. For common intention to be applicable, there has to be a pre-arranged plan or meeting of minds. Whereas under 149, meeting of minds or a pre-arranged plan is not required. The offense must have been committed to achieve the common object of that unlawful assembly. See, in prosecution of the common object, okay, the object that is mentioned under, those objects that are mentioned under 141, those are the objects of the unlawful assembly, and any offense if committed in prosecution of those offenses, then 149 is applicable. There is no prior meeting of minds or participation required. Okay, 34 does not limit number of persons, but the word since is used severally, it means that there should be plural number of persons, 2 or more than 2. Whereas in 149, at least 5 persons are required. Okay. And under section 34, common intention is limitless. There could be any intention. There's no limitation to the intention or the objective. Whereas in 149, the object of the unlawful assembly must be that which is mentioned under section 141. So I have discussed with you section 34, section 149. I have discussed with you what is common intention, common object. I have discussed the two very landmark judgments of Privy Council. They're very old judgments but landmark and are still asked in exams. You can find them in objective questions. Okay, they're asked in PT. 34 and 149 are also asked in PT, and common intention, common object is also asked in mains examination. That's very important for the mains examination point of view. And majorly you will find the difference between common intention and common object being asked in the mains examination. And I've also discussed in brief the differences between the common object and the common intention. I hope whatever I have discussed is clear with you. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and like my video there. Thank you.